Not many of us get excited at the thought of exams. In fact, they might even scare the life out of us. But there are a heap of things that we can do before the exam that can help ease our exam worries and build our confidence ahead of VE, Victory in Exams, Day. Here are my Super 6 tips, what I call exam smarts, that can help ease the exam strain. 1. Know the basics. As soon as the exam dates are announced, record them in your diary, your smartphone, or on post-its which you plaster all over your fridge. Note down the exam times, where the exam will take place, and the subject. If it's functional skills English, is it the reading exam or the writing exam? You don't need any last-minute panics. 2. Perfect timing. Now you know the exam date, work out how many days there are between now and the exam, and decide when you're going to start revising. Let's say you start revising 4 weeks before the exam. How much revision realistically can you do with all your other commitments? 2 hours of revision a week? 3 hours a week? 4? Once you've decided, choose the days and times you're going to revise. It might be half an hour every evening from Monday to Thursday, once the kids are in bed, with Friday off. Or maybe an hour and a half each on Saturday and Sunday mornings would suit you better. It's totally down to you, but don't leave it to chance. Make sure it's all planned out in your diary well ahead of time. You'll be glad you did. 3. Know what to expect. We're all afraid of the unknown, so one way to take the edge off any exam fear is to know what to expect from your exam paper. Exam day is no day for surprises. The best way to do this is to get hold of past exam papers or sample papers. Your teacher should be able to get hold of some for you. That way, you'll know how long the exam is, how many questions to expect, and how many marks each question has. That way, even before the exam, you can work out how long you should be spending on each question. 4. Plan for victory. It's a good idea to know what you're going to revise in each of the revision slots you've scrawled into your diary. For example, in the Functional Skills English written exam, learners have to know how to lay out 5 different pieces of work. So maybe during your first week of revision, you'd practice formal letters Monday and Tuesday evenings, and emails Wednesday and Thursday evenings. If you've got any time left over, you could practice your spellings, or maybe read over some bit of punctuation that you're not very confident about. During the second week of revision, you could do leaflets at the start of the week and reports at the end. Maybe you're going to spend all of the third week of your revision on articles, as they can be a bit tricky for many learners. And then for the last week of your revision, the fourth week, do one of each layout every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps leaving out the layout you feel most confident about. And you can do the same thing with the reading exam too, practicing different aspects of the reading paper every week. Whether it's questions on purpose, layout, persuasive language, bias, or compare and contrast. 5. Buddy up. For most people, it's much easier and more enjoyable to revise with other learners. You're also much more likely to keep to your revision commitments if you've made them with someone else. Is there somebody you could buddy up with for half an hour after every class, every week? Or meet with at the library or cafe? It's great to have a mate to reassure and build your confidence whilst you're revising. They'll also be there for you if you have any questions about the classwork you're revising. If your class is using what we call a virtual learning environment, something like Google Classroom, you could post a message on Google Classroom letting other learners know when and where you're going to be revising, and invite them to join you. A WhatsApp group could also work well too. 6. Assemble your toolkit. Make sure you know well ahead of time what you can take into your exam. Can you take a dictionary? A smartphone? Some scrap paper? What colour pen do you need to use? Can you take in highlighters, drinks, snacks? Photos of your kids for moral support? Once you've found out what the exam rules allow, put together a little exam bag with all the bits you'll need. You don't want to be scrabbling about at the last minute on exam day looking for your one black pen. So there you have it, your 6-point plan for taking the bedlam out of the exam.